Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel CNC for TDM. Today we are going to discuss about few Autocad commands. In Autocad, this is your dashboard of Autocad. All this is given here. This is title bar, menu bar, standard toolbar, like that, and one is draw toolbar, which we are going to discuss. This is our draw toolbar, how to draw line, how to draw rectangle, how to draw arcs and all that. So this we are going to discuss, draw toolbar. Here it is command line is there. You can give commands here, command prompt window is there. This is status bar at the bottom. So now let us discuss, this is a draw toolbar. So first of all, we are going to discuss this line command. In this command prompt area, this window, if you just type L for line, then there will be a prompt line from point to point, like that. So this line command, basically what is line? Line is, it is between it is a line is specified between two endpoints. There are two endpoints of a line. So it can be used to draw single line or series of lines. That means if I just click one point, if you draw a line, it asks a prompt window from point. I just click this point and then I go to second point. This is your point number 1, this is your point number 2, like that. So this is a line here. And similarly, you can draw more lines also from point 2 to point 3. Suppose I draw this again, this line at point 3. This is your 2.3, this line, and then this is point number 4. Point number 3 to 4, if you draw one more line like this. And then if you type in the prompt, if you just type C means close. So it will close this figure like this. It will close it to point number 1. So this will be a closed figure, but these are all separate entity. This is line number 1, line number 2, line number 3 and line number 4. Separate entities are there. This is not a single entity. So this way you can draw these lines like this. 2-point prompt like this. From point, then C is for closed option, C. You type just C. So this is a series of lines from endpoint, from one endpoint to the other endpoint, like that, to the start point of the next. Okay. So this way you can draw lines. And you can draw also, and you can also input coordinates, say from point, say 0.0. So this is your 0.0 point, and another point is say 200.0. Say this is 200, 0, means x-axis 200, y-axis it is 0, like that. And then you draw a vertical line like this. If this is say 200, 200, x is 200, y is also 200, like that. Then again, if you draw one horizontal line like this, the coordinate of this will be, in x it is 0, y it is 200, like this, 200. And then 0, 0, this way again it will become to 0, 0. So this way you can draw lines with the help of coordinates. So this is the absolute system of coordinate, absolutely. And you can also draw it incremental way of drawing these lines. Incremental method. What will happen? From 0 to 200.0, then this point will become 0. From here it will be in y it will be 200, x it will be 0, because this point is 0 0. If this point is x0 y0, then this point will be x is 0 and y is 200, like that, 0 and 200. And from here if you go to this point, again it will be from this, it will be in the x direction, it will be minus 200, y it will be 0. Similarly, from this point to this point, this becomes x0 y0, then x will be minus 200 and y will be 0, like that. So absolute or incremental, both these methods you can use here to draw a line. Okay. So next is P line. What is P line? P line is polyline. So what are polylines? Polyline is it is a single entity with multiple segments. Very important thing is single entity with multiple segments. So if I draw a line, if I draw a polyline, if I write this command P line means polyline, what will happen? If I just specify one point, from this point to next point, and then from this point to this point, this point to this point, and then I will close it like this. So from this 1 point to 2 point, 3 point, then 4 point, it will become a single entity. If you click any one of the segment, this all figure will be selected. So this is polyline. That means it is a single entity. Only difference is it is a single entity. And one more thing is there, you can also add arcs in this polyline, like that. If I draw one line, say L, say polyline, P line, and then here if I type A means arc, then there will be one arc like this. Arc will be this, like this. Then again I type L, then a line will be there, like that. And then if you want to close it, you can close this figure like that. So, but it will be a single entity including this arc. Lines and arc are included in the P line. So this is a single entity, like this. So this is the difference between line and P line. Okay, multiple segments are there, but entity is single. This is polyline. Okay, fillets and chamfers can be added wherever you need. You can add like this curve you can add, or you can also add some chamfers and all that. So it will be a polyline like this. Okay, so this way you can draw polyline. It can also be drawn both way, absolute mode and incremental mode. Okay. So next is rectangle. How to draw a rectangle in Autocad? So there are three methods of drawing rectangles. First is by specifying coordinates, first corner and then second corner. If I specify this corner and then this corner, then what will happen? This will be a diagonal, and one like this rectangle will be drawn like this, and like this. So this point is, say, these are the diagonals, and rectangle will be drawn like this. So this is first method, how to draw rectangle. Another method is by entering area of the rectangle in current units. Current unit, what are the units we have specified, whether it is in millimeters or it is in inches, and specify length or width of a rectangle. So area command, in that you have to select area option of rectangle command. you just specify area and width or length. So that also, because area is given, width is given. So this is the say width, and then you define area, automatically rectangle will be drawn like this. You have to specify only two things. Okay. Third is by specifying length distance and width distance of rectangle. So for this, select dimensions option of rectangle command. In rectangle command, one option is there, dimensions. If you select this, then dimensions you have to give length and width. If you draw this, you give length, this will be the length, and that will be the width, and rectangle will be drawn like this. Okay. So this way, these are the three methods of drawing rectangle. So this way you can draw rectangle in AutoCAD. Okay. Then next if you see, it is polygon. How to draw polygon? Polygon, it may be, there may be, it may be triangle, it may be rectangle, it may be pentagon, any shape. So then there are three types of polygons: inscribed, circumscribed, and edge. There are three options. If you define this inscribed circle, if you specify radius of the circle, this is inscribed circle, you have to define diameter or r of the radius of the circle, and you have to define a number of lines, how much are the in whether it is pentagon, hexagon, or whatever. Number of sides are 5, 6, 7, whatever. You just give that number, then automatically it will be drawn like this. In this circle, all the edges will touch like this, and number of sides are there, 5, 6, 7, whatever are the sides. So this way inscribed. One is circumscribed. What is circumscribed? Then circle is like this, edges are outside of the circle, like this. Like the edges are outside of the circle, all lines will touch like this. Radius you define, and you have to define this number of sides, how many are number of sides, automatically it will be drawn. And third method is edge. In edge, what you have to do, you have to give number of sides, and you have to define P1 and P2, just like it is length, just like length of the side, edge of the side, and number of edges, automatically it will be drawn like this. So these are the three methods. Okay. So next is arc. How to draw an arc accurately. So while drawing an arc, there are different ways of drawing arc. 3-point arc, it may be, you have just define 3 points on the arc, because if you have 3 points, you can draw an arc through the 3 points. And other is start and center, start point and center point. This option, start point and center point of arc. Third parameter may be end point, included angle, or length of the chord. Third is start and end, start point and end point. And third will be in the same way, arc is completed either by specifying radius or included angle or center point. So this way, these are the three main methods. Okay. So let us discuss this. One is, it is SP means start point, then second point, and then end point. You just click start point, then second point, and then end point. Arc will be drawn like this. Second method is center point, start point, and end point. First you just click center point. This is your center point, say. Then start point and then end point. And third method is center point, start point, and included angle theta. So that means just click center point, then start point, and you define angle of the arc. How much is the angle? Included angle. So this arc will be drawn like this. Another way is this center point, start point, and length of the arc. Chord, length of the chord. That means you just define center point and then start point, and you define length of the chord. This is our chord, length of the chord. If you say this is length of the chord, and the arc will be drawn like this. Another method is start, end point, and radius. You just say start point, this is end point, and you define radius, define r. Automatically center point will become here, it will be created. So this way also you can draw this line. And this method is start point, end point, and included angle. This is a start point, this is end point, and included angle. If you define, arc will be drawn. So these are the 6 ways of drawing an arc. This way you can draw arc on the Autocad. Okay. Next is circle. How to draw circle? For drawing circle, you require these things: center point and radius. Either you define center point and radius, you can draw a circle. Center point and diameter, then also you can draw a circle. You just define center point and give the diameter. 3p means 3 points. 3 points on the circumference of a circle. Because circle passes through 3 points, non-linear points should be there. If you define 3 points, circle will be drawn through the 3 points. 2 points specify end point of the diameter of the circle. 2 point means if you just first is the see center point and radius. This is your center point and this is say radius r. If you define center point and r, then what will happen? Circle will be drawn like this. Second is center point and diameter. Similarly, center point, and instead of radius, you define this d, diameter. Then also you can draw. Third is 3p. 3p means 3 point. 3 point means first point if you, second point, and then third point. If you define these 3 points, then circle will be drawn passing through these 3 points like this. Okay. Next is 2p. 2p means you define 2p means 2 points, first point and second point, and circle will be drawn between these 2 points like this because you have defined the diameter like this. Next is TTR. What is TTR? Tangent, tangent, radius. If there are 2 lines, say this is a line and this is another line, tangent, tangent, radius. You define this radius also you have to define. Then circle will be drawn. It will be tangent to this line also, tangent to this line also, and radius you have defined from the center. This will be r, radius, and this is tangent to first line and tangent to second line. This is tangent, tangent, radius, TTR. And next method is TTT. TTT means tangent, tangent, tangent. So 3 entities, 3 lines are there. Suppose these are the 3 lines. One line is this, other line is this, third line is this. You want a circle passing through tangent points of all these three lines. So it will be drawn like this. It will be tangent to this line, tangent to this line, and tangent to this line like this. Circle will be drawn. It will be tangent to three entities like this. So I think it's clear to you how to draw circle, how to draw arc, and how to draw polygons, how to draw rectangle, how to draw polyline, and how to draw line. I think it's clear to you. Thank you for watching. See you in next video soon. Please like, share and subscribe.